Hello. We are here. Welcome. Hi guys. Come on back for Chapter 5 of Volume 2 of All We've Lost. And today, we heist.
We heist.
We heist in. We're Ocean's 11? 11? 8? Whatever the one with Sandra Bullock is. That one.
It's 11, I think.
Okay. That one.
Sure.
I don't know. I've actually never seen any of those movies. We're going to start with character introductions. Jay, go for it.
Fair enough. All right. Hi, I'm Jay. I play Eilif Sanse. She is a fighter, very uncomfortable in what she's been put in, but she's happy to be here and happy to help, except she's not.
Well then. Mournian.
I am Mournian. I play Moss, a bard of some note, at least for the moment. And he has recently discovered many, many things about his family that he did not understand or know that were not true or were true. So we'll figure that out as we go along. Who's to say?
Not me.
Mary's
I didn't.
Mary, you're the only one who
no,
can say. You're
I didn't.
literally. Okay.
That's not me. Joel.
It's your boy Neck, who has a neck, likes breaking necks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bones.
Hi, it's me. I'm Bones, and I play Oleyna, your favorite courtesan, who is really pumped for this event. Not pumped about the message that I got from Myriad like 2 days ago. Something about
I
things.
think the exact phrasing was so ... I need you to trust me with tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, so that's terrifying.
Oh, if you're not getting ominous messages from your DM, are you really playing D&D? The answer is no.
Fair
You're
point,
welcome.
I guess.
So, I'm Myriad, guys. Hi, this is my channel. If you like D&D and TTRPGs as well as variety gaming, this is what we do here on this channel. Hi, Aaron. We are kind of gonna jump into it, except, does anyone want to try giving me a recap?
I'll give a recap. I haven't done that in a while. So we made it to Knife's Edge. On our way in, we got to a tavern. We chilled for a second. Oleyna went and met up with her very, very good friend, her very best friend, Vadium, who she kind of inquired about this soiree about and explained that she might have somebody with her who stole from her. She needs his help to get into this party. So Vadium and Oleyna met back up with the party, but Sam was there. That's exciting. She was really pumped about that. He was nervous about her last letter because she mentioned something about assassins, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. And inadvertently roped him into this little exciting moment, as well as Eilif's BF, and double wink for that one. Vadium then decided everybody needs outfits. He'll help with that, and they hatched a plan on getting everybody into the party, where since Oleyna is pretty much technically the only one with a real invitation from Vadium. We decided that we are going to trick one of the merchants, noble merchants, into giving us his invitation because it's been redacted, or rescinded rather, and send him back. But we haven't done that yet. We have just simply made that plan. And then Oleyna went on a date with not with Eilif, but with Sam.
Listen,
and then Eilif went on a
that.
date. Yeah, we went on a date, and then Neck and Moss spied on said dates. And
I remember that happening, yeah.
Yeah, Moss bought some stuff.
And Neck bought 2 books from the best shopkeep in Knife's Edge.
Yeah,
Dude, I love that shopkeep.
Yeah, it was pretty good shopkeep.
I don't have a name for him. His name is Unless.
And now we're back together ready to pull a heist. And that's it.
Amazing. Go ahead and take a nat 20 for your efforts. And we will start. The sun is beginning to peek over Glassriel Bluff. The shadows of night give way to the rays of light. We find ourselves on the cobbled road just outside the city of Knife's Edge. A lone carriage approaches the city. Creak of wheels and a steady beat of hooves against the ground, the only sound that permeates through the quiet morning. Just ahead of the carriage lies the first guard post outside of the city, where one might see 2 or 3 guards bustling about. Instead, we see a familiar pair who watch closely as the carriage comes to a halt at the guard post. A man steps out from the carriage, armed, clearly a bodyguard of some sort, and he looks around before setting sights on you, Eilif and Oleyna. And he approaches. Master Ungart is here to attend Lord Elenagh's... And he looks back at the carriage for sort of like a split second. Soiree at Redford Keep.
Yeah, so... And you'll see Oleyna. Oleyna is sort of dressed as properly as she can. I would imagine Eilif's in armor. I have horrible news.
He frowns.
Your master has, his invitation has been rescinded.
Oh, that's...
it's not good. Not good.
One moment, please. And
okay,
he
of course.
Does a little quick U-turn and returns back to the carriage. He pulls open the door and he leans in and he whispers something. And you hear a rather indignant, "What?" And out of the carriage, pushing his guard out of the way, comes Samael. He is a rather squat human man with a square jaw and face. He kind of has that look like he's always sort of sneering. What is the meaning of this? My invitation has been rescinded?
It in fact has been rescinded, and I will actually need the copy of your invitation, sir.
Well, on what grounds? Who are you to tell me that my invitation has been rescinded? I've never seen you before.
I'm actually a courtier of Lord Elenagh, so I actually have the most official position to rescind such invitation.
Roll me a persuasion.
I know I have an advantage. I am certain I have an advantage.
I'm certain you probably do as well.
I'm going to go ahead and use that advantage. I just got a nat 20.
Okay.
For a total of... You said persuasion, 29. I think I did it.
He looks at you. Well, do you have some sort of documents with Lord Elenagh's signature?
Can I have quickly forged something?
Give me a sleight of hand check to see how well the forgery was. And Eilif, if you want to roll me an intimidation, if that's kind of what you're trying to do as you're standing behind Oleyna.
Yeah, my whole goal here is just to look intimidating. So if you try anything,
it's a 17,
I have been authorized.
by the way.
Hustles. What'd you say?
It's a 17.
Okay.
That's gonna be for intimidation. It's gonna be an 18.
Okay. He looks past you, Oleyna, at Eilif. Looks back at you and kind of grabs the paper from you, and he looks at it. His eyes scan it once, twice, 3 times. There must have been some mistake here, but fine. And he returns back to the carriage. You hear a woman's voice kind of call out and ask what the problem is. And he's grumbling. Our invitation has been rescinded. He sort of mumbles to whoever the woman is. You're assuming it's probably his wife. And you hear her sort of squawk in response as he returns to you with the invitation in hand.
I am terribly sorry for the inconvenience, and I'm sure this is all one big misunderstanding that will be cleared up very soon. If such things occur, I am more than certain Lord Elenagh will send his apologies as well as some sort of compensation.
I should hope so. Let Lord Elenagh know that these transgressions will not be forgotten. And he is going to turn on his heel and get back into the carriage, and you will all watch as the carriage does a rather pathetic U-turn on the road, heading back out. Yeah, he makes it. It's like a 9-point turn, because horses can't really navigate too well. It's really awkward. It takes a little bit of a long time, actually, and you're kind of just standing there watching this with a pleasant smile on your face.
I think Oleyna is going to sort of lean over to Eilif. Nailed it.
Thanks.
I am something of a mastermind, I do say.
Yeah, you were pretty good. You seemed pretty upset. We might want to be quick with this.
Yeah, I don't really want to stay here for terribly long. Just enough for the night and to get what we need.
All right. As you watch Ungart's carriage disappear back down the road that it came from, you, Eilif and Oleyna, will return to the tavern that you guys are staying at, now with an invitation for Samael and Renala Ungart.
I think Oleyna looks very smug at this. And I would imagine everybody's sort of sitting at a table, waiting, and she sort of plops down and plops the invitation down. Well, one piece down to this puzzle.
Vadium sort of leans on the table and he's like, oh, what is this? What did his face look like? Tell me all of the details. I want to know how angry he was.
Oh, my darling, he was mortified, first of all, and then just fuming. And then we have to watch the cart pull away, and it couldn't make it an exact turnaround, so it had to do it like several times, and it was hilarious. And it
so
took
embarrassing.
Everything in me not to just burst out in tears and laughter.
My only regret is that I was not there to witness that. Ugh. Foul man.
It was hilarious, though. But a job done. Now, I will say, I'm not sure Lord Elenagh will be most appreciative of our, you know, whatever this is, our espionage. But that's not really my problem.
Lord Elenagh is more concerned with his treasure trove than relations with other nobles and merchants. I doubt he will much care if relations have been soured between some no-name merchant from the north.
Truly.
And at that point, Saris enters into the tavern. He has been gone all night, Eilif. He looks a little bit tired, little circles under his eyes. But he approaches the corner table that you guys are all sitting at. The tavern is still fairly empty. It is still fairly early in the morning, and he takes a seat, pulling out from his coat, an inner pocket in his coat, several pieces of paper, and he will slide them to the middle of the table for you all to see, unraveling them, and you will note that it is a map of the Redford Keep. It's not super accurate. It is what he was able to get. But it gives you a good idea of the size of the keep, how many floors there are, and where the general sort of locations of various rooms are. And you will note that it looks like the majority of the party that Lord Elenagh is putting on will be on the first floor, with the Great Hall and the ballroom and everything on it. And Saris will say, unfortunately, I don't really know much about the vault, where the vault is. It's not surprisingly a fairly well-kept secret, so you guys might have to ask around a little bit when you get to the party. I guess we will have to ask around. I keep forgetting that I'm going as well. but you should proceed with caution too. We don't know too much about where the vault is, what's in the vault, what traps might be in the vault, because surely there will be traps.
I'm sure we could schmooze our way into that information. I, for one, have a few questions to sort of slither into the minds of partygoers.
Well, that's good. And if I may suggest, you should try to ask the servants too.
Oh, of course. It's a great idea.
Yes,
I might
Eilif.
take that one on.
Alright.
Just because talking to the upper classes makes me want to vomit. Not because I hate them. Well, a little bit of that, but mostly because I get nervous still. I'm not good with words.
And Vadium will look to Moss. I've managed to secure you a spot on the entertainment list for the party. So all you need to do is to go to the greeter and let them know that you're here for entertainment, and they should let you in no problem.
Oh, is there a specific name or my name?
No.
or-
So once we go to the Redford Keep, there will be someone greeting us. All you have to say is, "Hello, my name is Moss. I'm here for entertainment." She will look on her list. She will find your name on the list, and she will allow you and your guard in.
Perfect, thank you.
Vadium will suddenly stand from the table, and he will say, "Gentlemen, if I may have a word," and he gestures to both Saris and Som. And the pair sort of look at each other, and then back to the tiefling man before nodding, and they will follow him over to an empty table across the room, just out of eavesdropping range for you guys. And he is going to sort of discuss with them something. And they seem to, you can see like their brows furrowing and them nodding. And probably 5 minutes later, they come back and rejoin you at the table. Is there anything else you would like to do before we jump to the next morning, where you guys will be getting ready for the party?
Oleyna wants to ask, what was that about?
Oh, just a discussion between gentlemen.
Vadium, are you sitting here with a straight face telling me that you are in fact a gentleman?
Have I been anything less than gentlemanly to you in the past? Well, unless you asked for it.
We know what you are, a deviant, no less.
Well, maybe I'm turning a new leaf.
No, you're
Interesting.
still hedonistic. How much I can tell.
She's only met me like 2 days ago, and she already has such a low opinion of me. And she's the one who stole from me.
And you
Believe
say
that.
that
Am I right though?
you speak of hedonism as though it is a bad thing, Vadium. The Vadium
Well-
I know relishes in it. So,
Well, you shall find out what our little conversation was about soon.
I don't believe you, but I love you.
Anyway,
so-
I have to go make some preparations. Goodbye! And he will abruptly leave.
This is not a real person. Like, in the world, I know he's a real person. This is not a real human being.
I love
He's a
him
tiefling, so
much.
yeah.
He's my best friend.
He's not a real mortal. He's got to be some sort of fucking god. This man is too much.
He's a beautiful boy, and that's all that matters.
Can I kind of look at Saris poignantly and be like asking, is it? Am I gonna have to watch out for something?
Nah.
All right, I'll trust you. Don't get me killed. Actually, no, don't, because I'm in this, and this is not what I want to die in.
Cyrus kind of looks at you and he's like, it'll be fine.
Great.
Anything else?
Nope.
The morning of the party, so the following morning, Vadium personally wakes you up. all of you, and you're unsure as to exactly how he managed to procure a key to each of your rooms, but you would not put it past the tavern keeper to accept a bribe. And he will come into your rooms, not gently at all, as he rouses you. Come on, my little ducklings, come on, wake up. And he will rouse you all from sleep.
Mm.
Come
I
on.
think Olenya's expecting this. I feel like she knows Vadium well enough that by the time he gets into her room, she's already sitting up in the bed and she's just ready to be pampered by Vadium.
Oh, yes.
I feel like Neck would have been ready to go already.
As Vadium enters your room, Neck, he's like, oh no, I hope that you are not indecent.
As Neck is fully dressed and ready for this. No, you're good.
All right. Well, that's a shame. Was hoping for a little bit more. Nevertheless, we are going to a bathhouse, so second chances. And he will inform you all that you guys are going to be going to a bathhouse in order to get pampered before the party. And it is about 7 in the morning. And you're a bit unsure as, well, everyone but Oleyna is probably a bit unsure as to why you are awake so early.
Can I sleep another 2 hours, please?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Time is, we have to, now. We're late already, actually.
I'm up, let's go.
Come on. And he will guide you all through town, probably a couple of blocks, to a bathhouse, where you guys will spend an inordinate amount of time getting scrubbed and plucked in preparation for the party. You will find yourselves once more back at the tavern a couple of hours later, smelling quite delightful. Not at all smelling like the sea, which has lingered on you guys since your journey. And at this point, I will ask everyone, what are you guys wearing? We'll start with Eilif.
Oh, shit. Okay. Eilif's wearing, like, I don't know what Vadium would have put her in or what color, but I think there would have been an insistence on it being, like, a green color, because that's just what she does. And I like to believe that it's, like, really, like, for lack of a better word, it's kind of gaudy.
Oh, yeah.
It's got, like, embroidered down the middle. It's got, like, a lace and like, gold, what's it called? Like, gold beading. She's got, like, opera gloves on. She's holding her hands out in front of her like a surgeon, and her hair is like nice and flowy, but it's like not
sterile.
The norm that she has. She's sterile. She feels sterile, but she's also wearing like little trinkets, and it's like a long gown. She feels kind of weird. She don't like this.
Saris, when you come out of the room, Saris will sort of look you up and down. I know it's not really your style or anything, but you do look quite lovely.
Thank you.
And boss, Vadium did make you a suit. And I will describe it to you, but I know that you had some additions and everything that you would like to add. But Vadium has dressed you in a rather extravagant suit. A gauzy off-white shirt beneath a dark vest that is embroidered with golden designs. Over top is a forest green coat that skirts the back of your calves, and matching golden embroidery adorns the shoulders and cuffs. Your curls, your hair, has been sufficiently gelled and defined, slicked back on the sides. And I will send you a picture of the outfit.
Ooh.
So let me know what modifications or additions you've made.
No necessarily any modifications really needed. That's kind of exactly what I had in mind. But you will notice as Moss finishes getting dressed, he does walk over to a little chest and open it up and pull out a small case and a top hat, which awkwardly enough, is almost the exact same color as the rest of his suit, with a small white ribbon around them. And he will place the case down and pull it out, and pull out a much nicer loot than he previously had. It's made out of a fine wood, and along the fretboard there are inlays of vines in a silver design.
As you sort of don the top hat, Vadium does come over and sort of fixes it on your head, and he'll take a step back, looking at what he perceives as one of his finest works yet. Oh, you look quite dashing. Oh, I love
it.
this.
You did a fantastic job.
Please. I know.
The flattery will get me everywhere, I know.
Neck, what does your suit look like?
Currently, he probably has it on the black side, so it's, you know, pretty much just like a standard suit, except, like, there's, like, accents of purple, like, you know, it's not anything too standout-ish. It's just kind of got some nice little purple accents and trimmings.
Vadium will come up to you, and he is going to put a sort of a purple sash around your neck, to sort of liven up the outfit a little bit, and then he's going to tuck in, like, you know, some flowers into the pocket. Yes. No. Should have put more glitter on this.
No glitter.
There's still time. I could still do it.
Could you make it a little bit bigger so I can wear my armor underneath it?
No, it needs to be fitted perfectly to you, and he pointedly looks down. Oleyna, what are you wearing?
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just tell you, my headcanon for this is that everybody's at the bottom of the stairs at the tavern part, and Oleyna's like coming down like prom dress style. So when Oleyna finally emerges, she is wearing a long white and silver gown with a fully open back and long draping sleeves that are semi-sheer. The fabric itself looks as though Vadium stole the silver and the shimmer from the stars of the night sky. It is swimming down at the bottom, giving her a little bit of a train. She looks delicate and probably the most ornate you have ever seen her, which is a hard thing to do, to accomplish. She has a fresh face with ruby red lips. Her hair is sort of curled and flowing and bouncing off of her shoulders. She has little intricate rings and bracelets of silver and starry earrings. And there is a sort of a chain link necklace that has filigree and stars and moon motifs along it. And when she sort of like descends down the stairs, she looks like she is floating. You might catch a glimpse of her shoes, which are looking like iridescent glass up to her ankles, and she looks marvelous.
You will see just it is Vadium who's just ooh ah as you step by step come down. You also think that he has like a candle, and he's kind of pointing the candle at you to like get the sparkle just right. Yes, as you're coming down. Yes. Som looks at you, Oleyna, and you'll note that when Vadium had handed Som his outfit, Som had taken one look at it and went, "Where's the rest of the shirt?" And he didn't get an answer, as Vadium simply laughed at him like he had told a funny joke and tittered away in a very Vadium fashion. And Som, you realize why he had asked that question, as he is dressed in a all-white outfit to complement your own. The shirt is a high collar, and there is floral lace embellishments all throughout. And when he turns slightly, you do note that the back of the shirt is cut out, leaving only framed lace patterns with his back exposed. And you can sort of see the rippling muscles of his back. But he will come up next to you and sort of offer his arm to you.
I think she'll take the arm, and knowing that Sam sort of, I guess, prefers her in less opulence, she feels a little bit nervous about approaching him, and she'll ask very quietly, "How do I look?"
You look like you. Beautiful as always, no matter what you wear.
Oh. Wonderful.
And you do note him making a very concerted effort to keep his eyes on your face.
Saw my tits are down here.
Vadium is the third member of your throuple heading to the party, and he is as opulent and over the top as you can get. He has dressed himself in an all-white suit with every single inch covered in lace and pearls. A large white flower is pinned to the suit jacket, and tiny pearls have been glued up his neck to his jawline in a floral pattern. Saris is he seems to have made out a little bit better than the rest of you, especially those who definitely do not want to be wearing what you're wearing. He has a loose, almost see-through green shirt with an oversized black coat atop, embellished with golden swirling patterns. Gold chains are pinned to the lapel of the jacket, hanging across his chest, and his hair, which is normally loose and hangs at his shoulders, has been pulled back into a messy bun. And you all look wonderful.
I was gonna say, I'm making a concerted effort to look at his face.
Yeah, he does have, it's just like, it's open a little bit, so.
Yeah, that's, me and Sam have the same problem at the moment.
You guys are just horny little guys. All right. Anything further from you guys?
No.
Nah.
So the first carriage to arrive is for Vadium, Oleyna, and Sam. The trip to Redford Keep is a quick one, so you know that you won't be in the carriage for long. Minutes later, another carriage arrives, albeit a little less extravagant than the one for Vadium, Oleyna, and Sam, and the driver looks to the rest of you, those who remain, asking for Eilif and Saris. And you two get into the carriage and make your way. And the last carriage to arrive is for Moss and Neck, smaller and more plain, but the driver gives you both a broad smile as he opens the door for you. You all arrive minutes from each other, and you take note of the layout that had been reflected in the map. Redford Keep is a sprawling compound at the heart of Knife's Edge, surrounded by a large wall. You note the guards as the carriage makes their way through the gates, cutting a sharp turn at the edge of the path where the main entrance lies before settling to a stop, allowing you the chance to exit and make your way to the person at the door greeting the guests as they arrive. Oleyna, as you, Vadium, and Sam approach, Vadium doesn't even need to pull out his invitation as the greeter gushes. "Master Vadium! Oh my god, so good to see you once more!" And Vadium simply, "Terry, darling, the pleasure is all mine." And he will press a kiss to the woman's hand, who blushes under the tiefling's gaze, and he turns to you both. "This is my guest for the night, Oleyna Sparrow, and our guard, Sam."
I think Oleyna just sort of gives like a tittering wave, just, "Hello, darling," you know.
Terry, she's nodding, and then she writes something down on the clipboard that she has in her hand. "On behalf of Lord Elenagh, I welcome you all," and she gestures you into to enter. And if you look at the map, where do you find yourselves sort of wandering?
I'm assuming most of the schmoozing, and I would imagine there's probably hors d'oeuvres being served, or drinks, she's gonna go, I guess, into the main hall, the main area.
All right, feel free to drop yourself wherever you want to be.
I think right there
Okay.
is probably
At the center?
perfect. Yeah, right. Oleyna wants to be, of course, she wants to be the center of attention.
Moments later, when Eilif and Saris arrive, the attendee smiles at you and takes your invitation. Mr. and Mrs. Ungart, we appreciate your attendance. Welcome to Redford Keep. And she doesn't seem to, there's no sort of suspect that you guys are not who you say you are. As she welcomes you in, and you will be able to spot Oleyna sort of down the hall. Eilif, if you want to put yourself where you think you and Saris would sort of wander off to.
Okay. I mean, I think that she would probably just wanna. Oh no, where am I? I'm right here. She'd probably just wander around, where there's like paintings and things.
Okay. You will note that this hallway back here has several paintings hanging on the walls. We switch to the map view so people will see. Alright. Moss and Neck, you arrive last, and Terry takes note of the loot strapped to your back, Moss. Oh, are you one of the entertainers for the night?
Ah, yes, nice to meet you. My name is Moss.
Oh, let me. And she'll flip through the pages. Right here. And your friend.
My god, but yes.
I just need a name to write down for attendance.
His name is Nick.
Nick. You make a right as you enter. You'll see a small stage set up in the ballroom. Feel free to begin at any time.
Will do, thank you.
And as you do enter, you do note a stage with a piano, as well as some other little eclectic instruments, though you have brought your own. So feel free to place yourself wherever you want to be.
I don't see my token. Am I missing something?
You're there. Should be. Might have to zoom in.
You're next to me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a very large map. So at this point, I would like everyone to roll me initiative. We are not going into combat, but this is to determine the encounters that you will be having.
Are we adding our initiative bonus to
Yeah,
it?
you're rolling initiative as you would normally.
Okay, I got a 16.
I got a 15.
14.
18.
Neck ruined it.
You motherfucker.
Get fucked
How
on.
could you?
I hate you, actually.
How could you do this?
I can't believe you
Well,
done
easily.
this.
I rolled 2 die.
Well, you're a monster. Anyway. Neck. You will be first up. If you would like to roll me a d20.
Can I use advantage on it?
No.
Please.
Just tell me the
It was
number.
A 1.
Okay. This is not like it's just a table.
I know, I just don't like it. We're rolling a 1.
Anyway. Neck, as you are standing near the stage, you spot 2 servants standing near one of the refreshment tables in the ballroom. One seems to be busying themselves with pouring drinks, while the other holds a mostly empty tray, as you see guests, other guests sort of going, sort of passing by and grabbing drinks as they do. And you listen in a little closely, and you hear the one holding the tray. Have you seen it? And the other one nods, and doesn't look up from her duties as she continues to pour the refreshments. And the one who is holding the tray gives me a hard feeling right in my gut. I can't stand looking at it. Oleyna, please roll me a d20.
Okay. 15.
Okay. Cross this one off. Oleyna, as you enter the Great Hall, you are wandering, you see a window, and you catch sight of 2 guards just outside, appearing to be whispering to each other, likely on a break, as it appears they are eating from a small plate of food. If you would like to roll me a stealth check, as you sort of sidle up next to the window to see if you can hear what they're saying.
I just got a dirty 20.
Okay. You hear one of the guards. Don't know why Lord Elenagh seems so keen on keeping a such close eye on his study when he's the only one with a key. Not like anyone would be able to get in there anyway. The other guard sort of shrugs as he takes a bite of some cheese on his plate. Got a metric shit ton of magical artifacts in his possession. I'd be paranoid too.
Excellent.
Boss, if you'd like to roll me a d20.
That is a 17.
Okay. Oh, this one's good.
Oh boy.
This one's for you. Boss, you are playing on the stage, but you have developed a very uncommon skill in that even though you are plucking away at your loot, you are able to tune into conversations all around you, and that is your trade as a bard. Able to just pick up on information so seamlessly as you play. And you hear whispers from 2 of the, looks like they're not quite nobles, perhaps merchants, as they whisper to each other. You know, I heard that Lord Elenagh has a pair of goggles made by a tinkerer in the West in his collection. Eilif, please roll me a d20.
That's gonna be 17.
Reroll.
16?
Okay.
I'm not using that dice anymore.
You are all standing at your respective places, and you hear a commotion in the main hall as a crowd begins to gather at the staircase before falling hush. Lord Elenagh appears from down the staircase. He is a rather robust dwarven man with a strong jaw and angular nose. His red beard is braided and adorned in magnificent jewels that sparkle and shine in the light. There's a wide smile on his face as he greets his guests. Several large dogs come bounding down the stairs, scattering off every which way, though one remains close to Lord Elenagh. My friends, I welcome you into my home. I hope you all enjoy the refreshments and entertainment. Now, I invite you all into the Great Hall for the star of the show. And Lord Elenagh will take the lead as he guides you all to the northeast room, which is the Great Hall, where you spot 2 servants placing a covered object on the table at the far end of the hall. Lord Elenagh will shoo them away as he approaches, positioning himself behind the object. I present you with my latest find, an object of unknown origin imbued with foreign magics that may inspire shock and awe in you. And he pulls the cloth away to reveal a mask set into a display in the glass case. Gold twists around in swirling patterns you don't recognize, and the longer you stare at it, the more it becomes apparent that the material of the mask is shifting in appearance. From gold to worn leather, cold iron, to what appears to be the very shadows themselves, flashes of iridescence and splashes of color. I need everyone to make me an insight check.
Can I use one of my advantages?
You may.
This is my good roll day. Insight, so 7 plus 18. Please
25.
do the math for me. 25.
I got a 20 total.
Don't worry. I rolled 2 dice and got a 6 on both, so 8.
Okay.
21.
I'll say Or Moss. Moss, I think that you're perhaps a little distracted from the knowledge of perhaps your father's goggles being in the possession of Lord Elenagh. And you, everyone else, as you stare at the mask, which Lord Elenagh seems quite proud of, you feel a sense of unease. And though no one is donning the mask, from the eye holes, you almost feel as though something is watching you.
Would I put together that this is maybe what those waiters were talking about?
Yes. And we do have a full party advantage from Queecha. Thank you, Queecha. And Oleyna. A rumble of a voice is in your ear. Well, my. Houlihan purrs. I've not seen that in quite some time. You should take it.
Is this a feeling of compulsion that Oleyna would feel?
Not yet.
Can I talk back to the voice in my head?
Yeah. You don't have to speak out loud. You can just say it in your head.
Does this belong to you?
Belong to one of my kind. It will aid you and me in the future.
And what kind is that?
You don't receive a response.
And if I don't take it?
I don't want to have you use force, my love.
I'll do what I can.
Back to the top of the round. Neck.
Yes.
Please roll a d20.
$11.
11.
I went from 1-1 to 2 1s.
There are several nobles gathered in a cluster in the ballroom. And Neck, working in the capital, you do know a fair amount of nobles. You do know a fair amount of the noble families. And you recognize these people as groups, as members of the families from the Knoll, which would encompass Turgrin and Whitewood. You know Genevieve, the Great Lady of House Eliomara, Rodero and Bertrar, the brother and son of Lord Ferris, respectively, Percivis, the Lord of House Burley, and Regis, a cousin of Lord Granite. I do wonder where he keeps all of these artifacts, Lord Eliomara ponders to her companions. I've heard some of the servants whispering about a vault beneath the keep, whispers Bertrar. Percivis sort of scoffs, as though the servants would be privy to that kind of information. Lord Elenagh wouldn't let that sort of information float so freely. Oleyna, please roll me a d20.
Okay. It's a 4.
Okay. Lady Isadora Cray of Old Hold is murmuring to her guest, a younger, handsome human man who you've heard rumors of being her paramour after the death of her lord husband. Years ago, Lord Elenagh displayed a cloak made of entirely of raven's feathers, claimed it had sentience of all things, and she will laugh, at which her human companion will force a laugh out with her.
Curious.
Moss, roll me a d20.
That is a 16.
Can you re-roll that?
Yes. That is a 3.
Okay. This one's for you, Moss.
Boy.
A rather peculiar tiefling stalks through the crowd towards Moss. His skin an ashen gray and dark hair falling loosely to his shoulders. His attire is unlike the other nobles and merchants in attendance. Flowy fabrics with wild patterns that clash together in a golden mask that hangs from a belt loop on his hip. You know this man, Moss. Maestro Malum, the ringmaster of the Imaginarium, a traveling circus you had traveled with for some time after leaving Turgarin. You had learned a lot while traveling with the troupe, no matter how brief your time was with them, but something you never forgot was the blackness of Malum's eyes and the way it always felt as though he was looking past you. Well, Moss Netasha, you seem to have made your way up in society.
Oh, hello. Yeah, well, we all have to go somewhere.
The mentions of your last name begin to garner whispers. Netasha, as in Willow Netasha? A person in the crowd whispers. No wonder he's so talented, comes another hushed whisper. And there's a feeling of pride that swells up in you. Would you like to expand on that any further?
It helps that I had such a motivational teacher and mother.
Malum smiles and he tilts his head. But it is anything but friendly. You realize that too late. Don't you feel shame riding the coattails of your mother?
Moss's demeanor will soften for a moment and then go back in. All the great artists and all the great performers have to have someone to look up to.
Yes, but we don't often have our names tied to them in order to expedite that process.
In order to, or in spite of, it's still how it's going. It's interesting. And you will watch as Moss slightly falters.
And what would you be without it, dear Moss? Strip you down, take away your name, and what is left of you.
Moss will kind of cut him a look. That's an interesting question I guess I have to ponder.
You'll not be able to stand on your own 2 feet if you constantly use your mother as a crutch.
And yet until you said her last name, no one here knew who she was. Or knew who I was.
And notice how they all smiled with glee at the mention of the last name.
It's always a pleasure speaking to you.
Malum tosses a charming smile to the servant standing just off to the side as he plucks a glass of wine from the tray they are holding, not sparing you a second glance as he disappears off into the crowd to partake in the revelry. Eilif, please roll me a d20.
10.
Okay. Eilif, you are standing there with Saris, admiring the paintings, and you note some murmurs coming from the room just above you. Seems to be some sort of sitting room. And as you peek in, you note a gnomish woman, a noble woman, appearing pale and shaking. There is a group of concerned guests that surround her, urging her to go lay down until the dizzy spell passes, but she refuses. She's clearly embarrassed by all of the attention, trying to wave everyone off.
Can I make like an insight check as to what might be wrong with her? She seems...
Okay. You may make a medicine check if you would like.
That works. Medicine. What is my medicine? 1. 19. Wait. Yes.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
You've seen this before. This usually occurs when people usually forget to drink or eat. They can usually feel a bit faint, a little bit pale. You likely think that this woman just needs to have like a snack or something.
Okay. Can I like navigate one of the servants with a tray to like her direction, and just she requires food.
The woman, the gnomish woman, sort of waves off the servant when the servant comes over with a tray of fruits and cheese and crackers. No, I couldn't. You know, I ate. No, I ate yesterday. I was so worried about fitting into the dress, and you know the dress is very, very tight.
Madam, you do need to eat. That is a requirement. You wouldn't want Lord Elenagh's food to go to waste. He might feel insulted.
At that, she sort of... Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Just a few crackers and cheese, please. And the servant will abide by that, and she'll sit down as she eats, and you note the color coming back into her skin. And we'll move on. Neck, roll me a d20.
Nine.
Let's see. Neck, you begin to wander. The music can only hold your attention for so long, and you sort of feel this urge to just walk. Just kind of constantly be in motion. And you find yourself in the library of Redford Keep. For all its splendor, the library is mostly devoid of guests who would rather schmooze with one another in the main hall than roam the stacks. You hear angry murmurings and the sound of paper ripping towards the back of the library. What would you like to do?
I'd like to investigate a little bit further.
Okay. As you approach, you see a young elven woman with short black hair. She's dressed as a servant. There is a book in her hand, and she is ripping the pages out one by one, tossing them into an ever-growing pile on the ground. Fucking prick, she grumbles. Fucking mutts. And she continues to rip the pages out.
Would you like assistance?
She startles, and slowly rips a page out, sort of judging whether or not you're going to, like, tattle on her.
Nick will, like, just grab a book that's nearby, like, rip a page out.
She'll continue to rip the page.
Nick will continue.
One of his mangy mutts ripped up the blanket my mother made me. And the bastard couldn't even offer an apology. She's young, too. She's like 16, 17.
Yeah. Nick's just like, fuck that guy.
You know, he's got all of those dogs, but he's got one favorite, the one that's always with him. One he likes better than any other one. I'm gonna go kick it, and she'll just leave. Oleyna, please roll me a d20.
Okay. I got a 16.
Can you re-roll that?
Yeah. I got another 16.
Re-roll it!
17.
Re-roll!
Oh my god. I'm not kidding. I just rolled another 17. Okay, that is a 19.
Okay. God, I have so much fucking... I have so many things. I got
Those are
a
the
lot of
weirdest
things.
rolls ever. It kept bouncing off of a makeup brush and then just giving me the same roll.
Oleyna, you note the son of Lord Crook, Hamel, gossiping with his sister Karsa in the corner. And they seem to be talking about the war, from what you are able to garner. And as you sort of sidle up, and not quite close proximity, but enough to hear their hushed whispers. You do note that Hamel leans into his sister and says, "Yes, well, I heard from one of the Tigers that they found something in Beathanwa. That's the reason the war ended. The queens were searching for something and they found it."
Yes.
Moss, please roll me a d20.
7.
7. Moss, you are taking a break. Neck has disappeared, which is not surprising. And a man, clearly inebriated, comes up to you, throwing an arm around your shoulder, drawing you in closer to the crowd of people he'd been talking to, his drink sloshing about. "And this is my good friend Pavis. You would not believe the shenanigans we've gotten up to. One time, I caught them with their pants down with one of the sons of Lord Keith. You know the one." And he'll sort of wink to the crowd as they sort of giggle to each other. Would you like to do anything at this point?
Oh, yes. What a wonderful time.
Oh, Pavis. Oh, I do enjoy our time together.
Oh, me as well. I tell you, it's almost as good as that one time I caught you in the stable with the... well, maybe not, yeah.
Oh, that was a good night. Did it in several
I've never
positions.
heard a horse make that noise.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, sorry?
Eilif, please roll me a d20.
Okay. 20.
Okay. Eilif, you are standing with Saris, and you note out of the corner of your eye a man who seems to be sort of keeping in close proximity to you. And you kind of keep glancing out of the corner of your eye, and you finally look, and you catch him sort of look away at the same moment that you look up. And this happens several times. Until, finally, after probably 10 minutes of this, he approaches you. And he sort of ignores Saris as he comes and he takes your hand and he presses a kiss to it. "I must say, my lady, you are quite exquisite. It would be an honor if I would to... Perhaps we could have dinner one night. You are staying in the city for long?"
She's gonna not use her northern accent, as best as she can. I, don't, do I know you?
"Oh, my name is, Sir Cedric Thorne. I'm one of the knights for Lord Elenagh." And he seems to, like, puff himself up at that, like he's very proud of that position.
Well, I will look to Saris.
Saris is,
My
like, too stunned to speak.
She's like, "Well, my husband may have something, to say about that."
And he sort of swivels to Saris. "Husband, I thought you were just the help. My bad." And he looks awkward as he sort of lets go of your hand and sort of walks backwards away from you.
Just so it's not terrible, I'll go, "I am flattered. Thank you."
Of course. Have a good evening.
Yes.
Neck.
I'm gonna run back. Just, oh god.
Saris is like, "The fuck was that?"
He was useless.
I should have defended your honor. Ah, fuck!
Bad job.
Please roll me a d20.
He's doing his best.
A 6?
A Siax.
A Siax.
Roll again, please.
20.
Roll again.
18.
Okay. Neck, you are watching the guards as they sort of make a rotation throughout the party. If you want to roll me a perception check.
$18 total.
Total. You will note as the guards seem to rotate from room to room, there is special attention that seems to be paid in making sure there is a guard in front of Lord Elenagh's study, which is directly to the north, right from the main entrance. You do note that there are, yes, that one. There are guards that seem to be almost always in close proximity to that room in particular.
Is Moss like nearby-ish, or is he like where is he in relation to me right now, do you think?
I would say he is where he is right now, as though he's probably heading towards the Great Hall, maybe to get some food. Maybe he's on a break.
If I can, I'll like just go to Moss and try and like whisper that info to him. Just be like, there's always a guard in front of that room.
Interesting. I wonder if we can get him to step away.
Then I'll kind of post up there nearish.
Alright. Oleyna, please roll me a d20.
Okay. That's a 20, baby.
Okay. I'm actually going to give you one. Oleyna, you pass by both Neck and Moss, paying them no mind because you don't know these people.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are walking through the main hall, from the little closet across the way, you do hear some peculiar noises. Closet right here, if you can see that.
Go back to I see. Okay. Oleyna is going to try and sneak up there and listen in.
You kind of press your ear to, and you hear muffled noises. It's really hard to make out between the murmurings of the other guests and the music that's filling the hall from one of the other bards, one of the other entertainment. What would you like to do?
I'd like to check the door to see if it's locked.
It is not.
Oh. I would like to slip inside.
As you open the door, you see two individuals wrapped up in each other in near undress. As the light from the hall peeks into the small cramped closet space, they scramble back from each other, stuttering and blushing at your appearance. And then one just sort of rushes past you, pulling their shirt on. And then the other man is sort of just left there, kind of doesn't know what to do. You could pretend you didn't see that. This other. Right.
Honey, there's nothing for me to be ashamed of. Nothing for you to either. I'm just sorry that I interrupted. I couldn't help it.
Let me know when the coast is clear.
Absolutely. And she will kind of like close the door halfway, or like most of the way, and like sort of murmurs into the corner, into the crack of the door whenever it's clear.
And he will very quickly open the door and close it behind him. You note he is properly dressed now, though a button or two is misbuttoned.
Oh, can I fix it for him?
Oh yeah, and he'll.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Enjoy the party. And he'll kind of dart away.
Happy hunting, darling.
Oh, we'll be hunting, all right. Moss. Now we are down to just a few more encounters left, so I will give you something good. Something delicious. Delicious. Moss, you are standing near the entrance of the main hall, and you know Lord Elenagh, in the main hall. He seems to be standing next to the mask, kind of rather, puffed up in pride, as guests come and go, looking at it and oohing and aahing at it. And you note several dogs have been sort of wandering around, but there is one dog in particular that seems to stay within close proximity to Lord Elenagh. And he actually comes over and he is sniffing at your feet.
Oh, hello there. Can I help you?
Ruff.
Moss is gonna do something probably stupid and pretend like he doesn't know anything and reach down and try to pet the dog.
Mm-hmm. You pet the dog, and you note that he does have a collar on.
Does it have a name on the collar? Can I make it out?
You go to sort of grab the collar, and he sort of pulls away from you. Would you like to make an animal handling check?
Yes.
Okay.
This won't go terribly. I'm gonna use my advantage the creature gave me earlier. That's a 12.
He's a dog, dude. You kind of at him, and he comes over and he'll sniff your hand, and then he'll give it a lick. And as you go to reach for his collar, he'll let you, and you look at the name tag on the collar, and it says Sebastian.
Sebastian.
And his ears perk up. He's a Great Dane. His ears perk up.
Do I see Lord Elenagh paying attention to kind of what's happening right now with this dog, or no?
No, he is far too enveloped in what's going on with the mask and making sure everyone sees it.
I will kind of walk and see if he will follow me and walk towards the door where the guard always is, but not make it look like I'm trying to walk towards the guard, just in that general area.
Okay. What is it that you were trying to do?
I'm trying to watch the dog's demeanor to see if he begins to get any more aggressive as I walk towards that room or anything of that nature.
Nope. So you walk towards the door, and the dog actually doesn't really leave. Like, he doesn't go. He'll follow you for like a few steps before he sort of stops and sits. It seems like he doesn't want to go too far away from Lord Elenagh. So once you start to go a little bit too close to the door, he'll sit and wait, and he wags his little tail as he watches you, his head tilted.
I feel like he's trying to tell me something, but I have no idea what. Can I just kind of... I'm gonna pet him on the head again and then say, Sebastian, do you like music?
Tilts his head. His tail is continuing wagging. You don't know if it's because he likes music or not, but he does like attention.
I will just I'll pull out my lute and just start playing something as I kind of walk around him.
He does that thing where like the dog, like he'll look and he'll like not move, but he'll like look up and around trying to follow you as you walk around him, and his tail is continually wagging. He seems to be enjoying the music quite a bit.
Okay, I don't have any way to talk to him. I don't know what he wants.
That's okay.
I feel like
You could just play him a little ditty, dude. He's into it.
I'm just gonna keep playing him music.
All right. Eilif. The sitting room to the north of you, above you. Oh wait, you're not there anymore. You wander back to the painting gallery, and the sitting room up there seems to have emptied out quite a bit. However, you do note two individuals who appear as though they are servants. You see one sort of standing, and the other one seems to be kneeling in front of the door that is in the sitting room. They look as though they are trying to pick the lock on the door.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to walk in very, like, what's it called? Like, the demands, like, attention. Like my heel click, assuming I am wearing.
Yes. The click of your heel garners both of their attention, and they snap to you. Hello?
no need to hide. What is it you're trying to do?
We're just looking around.
You are?
Yeah.
That was a very intense look at the doorknob.
Yeah, it's stuck.
She looks almost amused as she kind of takes another step toward them. Was it locked?
Locked is another word for stuck.
I am a woman of quite an understanding nature, so as long as you go about your business, Lord Elenagh needs not know about this.
The one that had been kneeling stands up. Of course, ma'am, lady. They bow. They don't know what to refer to you as. They bow. Thank you for. We're gonna leave now, and they fucking bolt, leaving you
can
alone.
I have, like, gotten like a mental note of what they look like?
Yeah. They are. One is an elven. They both don't look more than they're like 20. One is an elven boy, and the other one, it looks like perhaps some sort of Genasi. Either air or water, perhaps.
Okay. Is Saris around?
Yeah, he is walking in right as the two are sort of bolting out. You just scaring people off now, or?
No. They were trying to. As he gets close, when he gets closer, I'll like, yeah, they were trying to pick that lock. And now I want to pick that lock.
Oh, he kneels down and he just takes out a little lockpick and it clicks open.
She like, okay, yeah, I'll open it and like peek in.
You peek in. It looks to be some sort of prayer room. You're looking at it and it looks like it is a prayer room for the smith.
Okay.
Which you're aware of that the various noble families all worship other different gods. And Lord Elenagh is a worshipper of the smith, which makes sense because he is a dwarf.
That's fair. Okay. Can I like take a deeper peek in to see if there's any like hidden doors or any knobs that would open a door or something like that?
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah. Can I get Saris's help with this?
Yeah. You can get advantage.
We can just pretend we're fucking. So. Yeah. They're like, oh no.
Oh no, I seem to be indecent.
My bad. That's gonna be with my investigation. It's just a 1, so it's gonna be a 19.
You're
Nice.
looking around, and you look through the cabinet. You note that there's a lot of incense and candles, as well as some herbs, probably used for offerings. And you're not seeing anything that would indicate that there is some sort of like hidden compartment or hidden room or anything. It's likely that those servants were trying to look for where the vault is, but they were wrong.
Okay. Well, I will leave and close the door.
And at this point, you all have gathered enough clues, hopefully, to figure out where the vault is and how to get into it. And we're going to take a break.
Yippee!
Yippee!
I gotta pee.
I got pee too. Stick
I feel
around,
like I
guys.
bungled the dog thing.
No, you didn't. You didn't. Don't worry. We're gonna take a cheeky little break here, and we will be back in like 5 minutes. So stay tuned for more heisting as they maybe get into the vault, or they fail miserably and get caught, and then they're imprisoned, and that's the end of the campaign. Okay, goodbye.
Womp womp.
Hello. We are back.
Ah.
Welcome. Okay. Welcome back, us. The party has spent the last probably hour or two of the soiree that they're at, gathering information, some useless, some not. And Oleyna, as you pass by each of your party members, you wave your handkerchief and sort of gesture to them to the sitting room that you know is empty. And one by one, you all convene inside.
This one's for all my baby girls. I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile.
Excellent. Is everybody there?
Yes.
Well, I trust we all have some valuable information to share.
I ran into an asshole, but apart from that, yes.
More or less.
Was somebody rude to you?
Old asshole saying I'm riding my mother's coattails. We'll discuss later.
Who is he? What does he look like?
Well,
Anyway,
well,
we'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later. Okay. I believe the study is of most import.
I know his dog that stays with him named Sebastian. And doesn't seem to like to leave his master's side very far, but he does like music, so there's that.
Excellent. Neck, Eilif.
There's always a guard posted at his study, so I assume it has something to do with that room.
Right. Eilif.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I got anything.
That's all right, darling. Don't worry. That mask as well that we saw, I am most keen on it. It's curious. It's got my attention. And perhaps if we have time, the ability, and the prowess, I might be able to slip it away.
Let's not risk the mask.
I think
If we have
Luthier would like it.
time. If we have time. I'm not
Um,
saying that we do, but if we do, you know, then I can do
There's-
it.
I am worried the mask will be a difficult, if not impossible, target, but if an opportunity presents itself, I say we absolutely grab it.
Absolutely, and I do believe that... Is Som in the room with them?
Sarah, Som, and
Um,
Vadium are all with you.
I would imagine she sort of flits a glance over to Som and back to the group. I believe I could charm my way into that study. At least grant the key.
Well, I will not keep anything from you. I did hear word that there's possibly an invention of my father's in there as well, so I would very much like to find it.
You still have that bag of holding?
Oh yes, I have all of our things in here. God, I'm glad this thing doesn't weigh anything.
Suggestion.
Oh boy.
Two of us go into that room and ransack it. We have the bag of holding. And then two keep watch.
Down for that, however, do we want to arm the watches?
Perhaps
Uh,
discreetly.
Or do we just want to get in full attire right now and decide we're getting in and out one way or the other?
I will let you all know that we don't know where the vault actually is, if it's in that room.
I think it might be, but there's only one way to find out.
That room, it might be.
Do you not trust my ability to find hidden things?
Well, I do, but
I
who
don't
are you
wanna
going
risk
to
it.
go in? Who's going to go out? You know, it's...
Well, I have the charm of a metal doorstop, So I don't think I should be out here defending you all.
The first order of business would be to get the key, which Lord Elenagh has on him, correct, Oleyna?
Yes, and I am almost positive, if not entirely positive, I can either steal it from him or steal it from him.
Well, I think we should go with that plan. Plan B, that is. Steal it from him one.
Yes, of course. It just depends on in which order of business that I steal it from him. That I have under control.
Steal it from him, distract the god, create a commotion. Oh, I love a commotion.
Wonderful. What do you suggest?
Maybe a fire. No, that's too much.
No, that's too much. Too much.
Something. We'll come up with something. We'll think on the fly. Usually my best ideas are on the fly.
It's true.
I can make the room smell atrocious.
Oh, stinky.
Very stinky, cloudy. It would also create difficulty for them to see, but...
My only concern is that if we split up, we don't know what's down in that vault. This man is crazy. He probably has something down there that will kill us all.
All right, perhaps we all stick together. But if I can get the key and slip us all inside...
I unfortunately do not like... I lack the magical means to be able to open the door without a key. I have no doubt Nick and Eilif could break the door down, but I don't think that's exactly
that's
what we're
not the
doing
commotion we're looking for.
No, subtle, Moss. Just let me steal the key. It's fine. I can do it. I know I can.
I have faith in you.
Okay. So you steal the key and then we'll wait for a distraction?
Yeah. Yep, and then we all slip inside.
So do we want to meet back here, or do we just wait here while you go do that?
Let's go back into the party, act normal as possible, and I will do what Oleyna does best. Make men cry over my beauty.
I suppose a talent like no other.
Truly.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go find some food.
You all make your way back into the party, staying within, I would assume, fairly close proximity to each other. At least being within a room of each other. Oleyna, you note that Lord Elenagh has recovered the mask with a cloth as he begins to make his way schmoozing with the other party members. He's made his way into the main hall and is talking with a group of other nobles and merchants. And they all seem to be laughing, albeit a little fakely, at whatever joke he had just told.
I think Oleyna will sort of, as she's departing that sitting room, she will give Sam sort of a little squeeze on the elbow before slipping away into the crowd. And the way she moves is very like serpentine. She is hunting prey. And Lord Elenagh is that prey. And she'll sort of get in his line of sight and sort of glance over her shoulder at him and sort of make the eyes, these very like wonton sort of glance at him to see if she gets his attention.
He is holding like a glass of wine and he's sipping at it, and as he sips it, he spots you. Like, you dear, you, come here.
Me? And she'll approach.
You have very lovely jewelry. Where did you get that?
Oh, gifts, of course, from men who wish to be my suitor.
Oh. Well, they must be quite wealthy. Those cost a lot of money. Do you know the jeweler? Do you know who's done that? I'm very interested.
All over the country, I've received different gifts and different jewels. And she's like slipping really close to him.
He actually will look at you. May I? And he'll sort of like lean in closer to you as he inspects like your earrings.
Yes, by all means, darling. And as he does this, she's gonna give him a beat to kind of like get entranced by this jewelry. And I'm gonna try and pickpocket him. Let me double check to make sure I don't have any extra things for pickpocketing. I don't think so. Okay. So sleight of hand, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Actually, can I go ahead and use my natural 20 on that?
You sure can.
Yes.
As he is leaning into you, you do note there is a sort of imprint of a key in his front pocket. And as you lean in, he is closely inspecting. You slip your hand in very seamlessly and pluck it with your nails because they are so long. And you very seamlessly deposit it into the sleeve of your dress, where you are known to have many, many pockets and hidden compartments. And he'll lean back. Why, sir? That must be silver bark. I need to get up to Whitewood and have the silversmiths make me some. Those are gorgeous. I do love fine jewelry. And you do note he is covered in gems and jewels of all kinds.
I'm so glad that you think so, my lord. And she'll sort of lean back and sort of straighten herself. And her eyes sort of will flit down to that mask. And I think she's sort of salivating a little bit at the possibility that it's just like right there. She could just take it. But I think she'll resist that urge for now. And then she will sort of give a little curtsy and say, Oleyna Sparrow.
He will bow to you. So wonderful to meet you, Miss Sparrow. I do hope you are enjoying the festivities.
It is a moment of true opulence, my lord. I most am grateful to be here and to be surrounded by so much beauty.
You see, like, the mention of, like, opulence and beauty, and, like, his cheeks flush. And as you're sort of interacting with him, you note that he hasn't looked at you as though he has any wanting for you, at least in a sexual nature. And from what you know, from what Vadium has said, he has not taken a wife or a husband. He seems much too preoccupied with his treasure trove. That seems to be his one true love, besides his weird love of all of these dogs that are constantly running around.
Well, my lord, I do hope to enjoy the rest of the evening. And she'll curtsy again. Thank you.
He gives a bow. And then he sort of seamlessly falls back into the conversation with the rest of the group, who had sort of, once they realized that his attention was no longer on them in that moment, they had sort of gone and started their own conversation. But as soon as he started giving them attention once more, they fell right back into conversation.
I think Oleyna will sort of stride into view of the rest of the party and give a singular nod, and sort of look to Vadium for some sort of direction of a distraction.
Vadium looks as though he is about to open his mouth when you hear a commotion coming from back where the group with Lord Elenagh was, as the young elven woman with black hair comes stomping down the hall and rears her foot back in an attempt to kick Sebastian. There is a large commotion. The guards, every guard from every which way converges. The crowd begins to form. There is chaos. There is yelling. Lord Elenagh is demanding that she be reprimanded and apprehended and be punished. You hear a yelp from Sebastian. What would you guys like to do?
Very quickly go into that study. Oleyna's going. She's like walking and key out.
I need everyone to roll me a stealth check as you are trying to use the cover of the chaos around you to enter into the study.
I've got a 17.
I'm going to use my advantage.
I got a
Thank you.
16.
Okay.
Would I have had
I got a 15.
while everything was going on to cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
And then
You did not. The door itself is not magical.
so 17 total on the stealth.
Okay, you guys, more than enough there is a crowd of people in front of you. They are all facing away from you towards the commotion. You hear now the other dogs have converged and started barking as well, which just adds to the cacophony of noises around. The guards are trying to push their way through the crowd of people to get to Lord Elenagh and the assailant, and you guys all manage to very deftly walk into the study. And you find yourself in the study. It's small. You see a desk, and then you see bookcases in front of you.
Anything magical?
Not magical yet.
I think Oleyna is going to sort of put a finger up to her lips and say, "We speak very quietly from here on out." And I think this is sort of her bag. This is her realm of expertise. Mm-hmm. So she's going to try and take a little bit of charge, whereas normally in combat it's Neck and Eilif, and she's going to go ahead and start looking through the books and pulling, just trying each one to see if there's a secret compartment.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. That is another nat 20 with a total of 21.
So you are scanning through the books on the bookshelf, and there's one in particular that catches your attention because all of these other books seem to be like works of fiction or just about like magical artifacts and things like that. But there is one book that is an idiot's guide to taking care of a dog. And you're like, that's weird.
That is weird. Before I pull it, can I check for traps?
Yes. Investigation.
Is it another investigation?
Yeah.
It's a 19 total.
No traps. You're looking around with next detect magic as well up. You note that there are no sort of magical traps or anything. You're looking around at the seams of the bookcase. You don't see any sort of thing that might indicate that something's going to explode in front of you.
I don't need another is this crack moment. Oleyna's gonna glance back at the rest of the party and say, "Here we go," and I'm pulling the book.
You pull the book and you hear the mechanical gears sort of turn as the two bookshelves part and reveal a staircase going down.
Excellent.
Before we go down, Neck's going to cast alarm on the door that we came in through.
Okay.
Nice.
You all go down?
Yeah, Oleyna's I think she's gonna sort of, do I know if Moss is particularly good at checking for traps?
He is good at it. I feel like that's something we would discuss.
Yeah, I think that she would know that. I think she would sort of motion for Moss. Moss, dear, do you mind ensuring that we don't run into anything horrible along the way?
Of course.
And she's going to wait for Moss to go first, and then she will follow.
All right. Would you like to roll me an investigation check, Moss?
Sure.
Hair stuck on my face. Nightmare.
The fucking worst.
Yeah, it's horrible to have hair stuck on your face. That's a 14.
Okay, that's enough. You're walking down the stairs and you don't notice. You're very careful as you go and walk down. You're sort of moving your head. The passageway down is there are torches along the way, and you're sort of looking around. You're looking for any sort of glint of any sort of tripwire or anything like that. And Neck, your detect magic does not have any sort of it doesn't ping off anything as you're going down. However, as you do you arrive at the bottom, the landing, there is a hallway, and directly down the hallway you do spy a door. Neck, you get a ping of magic from the door, but you are standing at the other end of the hallway.
I will cast message whoever's in the front and be like, that door, I'm getting a magical ping from it.
Alright, well, let's be extra careful.
If you guys would please roll me a perception check.
13.
Oh, already you did. 24.
13.
Eilif?
That's gonna be a 15.
So Eilif and Oleyna, you guys, as you are standing at the end of the hallway, you note something along the walls of this hall, and that there are slits in it. From ceiling to floor, about probably 2 inches wide slits. And you're looking at those, and then you look at the floor, and you note that the floor tiles seem as though they're probably... It kind of looks like they might be able to... They're inset, like they can be pushed in.
I think before Moss takes another step, Oleyna's going to grab the back of his shirt and yank him back.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Watch your step. And I think... Is there a pattern in which they're meant to be stepping, and is it obvious?
Please roll me an investigation check.
Oh, that's an 18.
You notice that there are tiles that look as though they are pristine and have never been stepped on. And there are tiles that look like they got some wear and tear on them. I will note that the tile, it's two tiles, but it's probably 2 by about 15.
Okay.
So enough for, it's like 5 feet tiles, and they go down the hall.
Okay. Oleyna's going to point out, step on the tiles that have been worn down. If you touch one of those clean, pristine ones, I do believe we will all die.
Well, that's not good. Let's stay on the dirty ones.
Yes.
And do you do so?
Oh god, I'm scared. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go first? So if anything hurts, it'll hurt me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna steppy step.
Eilif, you step on the first tile, and you feel it give way beneath your foot as it clicks, and nothing happens.
I will keep following him.
Is everyone following Eilif's footsteps?
Yep.
As long as nothing else happens, yes.
Directly behind her, not veering at all.
Yes, exactly. The exact same pattern that Eilif is
Right.
taking, in fact.
Yeah, we had her put like shoe polish on her feet so we could step right where she stepped.
Yeah, literally.
You guys make it to the other side where there is a landing that is not, it's not a tile. It is a landing for you guys to stand on, and you find yourself in front of the door. You're staring at it, and the door doesn't seem to have any doorknob, like it doesn't have a handle or a doorknob on it. And as you are standing there kind of examining it, a mouth forms in the middle of the door.
Enter.
Password.
What was the dog's name?
Sebastian.
There's a moment and a click as the door opens.
I didn't bungle it with the dog.
You did not
You
bungle
did
it with the
great,
dog. You
Taylor.
just
You
needed
did
his
great.
name.
Everybody say, good job, Mournian.
Good job,
Yeah,
Mournian.
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 And as the door opens, you see the most. It's like an eclectic store. There, an antique store. There are shelves, and just so much. It's almost overwhelming, the amount of objects in this room, and you can tell Neck, your detect magic, although it is fading at this point, is pinging in every direction, and you're seeing abjuration magic, conjuration, just everything just pinging off. And you do note that there are other items as well that aren't giving off any sort of magical signature, And you do know that Lord Elenagh is also a purveyor of just fine goods in general, fine arts. So he has statues and paintings and a plethora of there's jewelry everywhere as well. But yeah, you have free reign at this point to enter.
I think Oleyna, I think that everybody would see a shift in Oleyna, and I think she would step into the center of the room, and I think you see something like overwhelming in her. I mean, almost to the point of tears, but it's almost like a realization and a relief at the sight of all of this. And she's gonna sort of look around, and she'll glance over to Moss and ask, how much can that bag hold?
Well, once we throw away all of our armor, or put it on, quite a bit. As long as it fits through the top.
At this point, I need everyone to roll initiative again. This is not combat, so don't be alarmed.
Okay. The word
18.
initiative makes me wet myself.
I got 5. Garbage.
21.
Nice.
18.
Twinning.
I think your dex would probably be higher.
Mine? Yeah, probably.
Moss, you got did you say 20 or 21?
21.
It doesn't matter, you're still going first.
Yay! Well,
Moss.
unless I, spring a trap and die.
Moss, I need you to roll me a d12.
Eight.
Okay. Moss, you're looking for something right now. And you're actually looking for several things. You heard those people whispering about goggles from a tinkerer to the west, and well, your father was the greatest tinkerer. That was just your opinion of him. And so you're looking for goggles, but something else catches your eye. Little like picks, as though they look like they can be attached to your fingertips. And they're golden and then engraved with runes. And the bard in you, it calls to you. Would you like to take them?
Yes.
Okay. Oleyna, please roll me a d12.
I got a 5.
Oleyna, you are perusing through, and normally your eyes would be drawn towards the jewels and the gems. But something smaller catches your eye. Something made of silver, shockingly enough, and it looks like an ear cuff, and you can tell it's some sort of magic. You can feel the magic emanating off of it. You pick it up?
Yep.
Neck, please roll me a d12.
8.
Like the wings of a raven, black feathers catch your attention, forming together into a cloak of some sort. You almost feel like it's whispering to you, urging you to pick it up, to put it on.
Would my father have ever warned me about, like, sentient items?
No?
I don't know. I don't know if Nick. I feel like he'd be weirded out by something talking, like telling him what to do. As long as it's not his wife's voice.
Make me a wisdom save.
Get a 1. Get a 1.
13.
whispering to you. Take me. Bear me.
He takes it.
Embrace me. Eilif, please roll me a d12.
Okay. 11.
Okay. You spot gloves. They seem to be skin tight, coming up to some sort of band that looks as though it sort of would secure it to your forearm. There are golden designs. The designs are more like Art Deco than swirling vines, which is something that you're more kind of prone to, but they're beautiful, and there are runes carved into the cuff at the top. Do you take them?
Yeah, I'll take them. Not gonna put them on.
Okay. And at this point, I need everyone to roll me a perception check.
It's a 15 plus. Is it 6?
So that'd be 21 total. I got 22 total.
I got a 12.
All right, that's fine. I got a 7. I'm just very excited about my little finger things.
Mm-hmm. So Neck and Oleyna, you spot a book. It looks old, but it's been down here for who knows how long. You know, Lord Elenagh is probably about 100, so who knows how old his collection is. You spot a book, and it has gold filigree on it, and it on the front in. Do any of you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
On the front, you will note that it is Plain Caller's Codex. And in the back of your head, you guys are thinking back to the words that Porphyr, Neck's father, had told you about having knowledge to offer to Lufir in order to appeal to him.
Neck will snatch it.
Okay. Moss, you're wandering around, and it seems like an endless labyrinth of just items everywhere. It's overwhelming. And then you spot it, laid up against one of the shelves. A golden mirror.
Moss will slowly walk up to it.
Please roll me a percentile dice.
Oh boy. $83.
Moss, you walk up to it and you see your reflection in it. And as you approach it, how close do you get to it?
He's gonna get pretty close because his intention is to take it.
As you get within a foot of it, your reflection reaches out and grabs you around the collar.
Little help here. The hell?
As it tries to pull you back, pull you into the mirror. Please make me a strength saving throw.
Oh boy, that's gonna go well. 3.
Moss, it yanks you and it gets your head into the mirror. And your hands grasp the frame as you try to pull back. You are not yet directly in the mirror, but it is pulling you hard at this point. The others, Eilif, Neck, and Oleyna, you hear Moss cry out, and you somehow you manage to navigate your way as you hear him struggling. You see him with his head dipped into the mirror. It looks as though it's rippling like water, and you see beyond the ripples a distorted reflection of Moss grabbing him, trying to pull him in as Moss struggles to get out of its grasp.
Can I try to pull him back out?
You can. Please make me a strength check.
It's gonna be a 21.
Moss, you feel Eilif's, you know it's Eilif. You just know it is Eilif's arms wrap around you, wrap around your waist as she yanks you back. Your duplicate has a firm hold on the scarf on your neck, and you feel it give and tear under Eilif's strength as she rips you from the mirror. And your reflection is just staring back at you, a piece of cloth in its hand.
As Moss realizes it had him around the neck, he's gonna check for his necklace.
You check, and there's a moment of panic building up in you, and you go into underneath your collar, and you feel the chain there.
Thank you, Eilif.
Yeah. What is that?
It's the mirror that was sitting in my mother's study.
Moss, give me an investigation check.
Yeah. 21.
At first glance, it had looked like the mirror that was in your mother's dressing room. It was about the same size, but as you're looking at it further, you note that the frame is a little off. The frame in your mother's dressing room sort of came down and around into a curved point and went down. This one seems more square, and the golden frame of it, this has more sort of the same as Eilif's gloves, has sort of like more of an Art Deco pattern, where you know that the mirror that was in your mother's in her dressing room had more plant like vines and embellishments on it.
Well, it looked like it. I don't believe that is it after all.
While that was going on, could Neck have, like, since it had kind of faded, can he just have gone to where he last kind of saw any, like, necromancy, like, magic pings, kind of, and just take
you the closest thing
vicinity?
to you, you note that there is a medallion of some sort. It is buried underneath a couple of other fine jewelry, but you had noticed you still feel the resonance of the necrotic magic, and you manage to swipe it and put it into your pocket. Moss, you're looking around again. And you're not going to be fooled twice. You wander the next aisle over, and you spot another mirror. This is the mirror.
With great trepidation, Moss will slowly approach. And if he sees his reflection, he's going to flip it off immediately.
You actually don't see a reflection at all. It's like it's cloudy and foggy. There's no reflection to be seen really in this mirror.
And if Moss remembers correctly, that's kind of the same way the other mirrors were.
Yes.
Knowing basically how the bag of holding works and looking at the mirror, it's not gonna fit.
This mirror is rather, it's like a mirror that you would put in like your room that's like sort of slender. So I think if you were to pull the bag of holding open all the way, you would be able to slide the mirror in.
Moss will call out, Eilif, can you come over here for a moment?
Alright, as long as you're not being pulled into another mirror.
Well, we're going to make sure I don't.
Okay.
I'm certain that this is the mirror that sat in my mother's dressing room. And I once watched a very, for lack of a better term, mean lady go through it. And I would like to take it, and I believe I can make it fit, but I am terrified that, you know, my reflection's going to try to pull me through again. So well, as I put this over, can you just kind of, this is gonna sound awkward, can you just kind of hug me? So that if something tries to pull me, you have a firm hold.
Also has PTSD.
Sure. Yeah, that's...
It's just between us, it's nothing weird.
Okay, yeah, no, that's alright. I guess I'll hold him.
And he will try to slip the bag over the mirror.
You do so. It's a bit of a tight fit. You kind of have to... And you can almost hear it as the mirror begins to enter into the extra dimensional plane that in which the bag of holding has. And once it gets over that first threshold, you are able to floop it all the way down.
You see Moss kind of... all the tension kind of goes away, and he... Thank you. I'm hoping this may shed some light on predicaments, or, worst case scenario, maybe it could come in handy in another way.
Well, whatever you need to, you know, help you.
Moss will look at you very earnestly. Thank you, Eilif. The same for you.
Thanks. You're welcome. Now help me scoop a lot of rings into this thing.
Okay.
I would say that everyone is able to collect 1,000 gold pieces each of jewelry or other sort of fine arts. Before you feel something. A shock runs up your spines. And there's the taste of stone and dirt on your tongue. Sam straightens. His hand goes to the hilt of his greatsword on his back, and he looks around. Took them longer than I thought it would. Saris mutters and grabs his rapier. Neck. You hear a little ding in your head. You all notice movement in every direction. Dwarven statues that you only just noticed amongst all the other artifacts and art begin to move, the grind of stone against stone reverberating through the vault as they move. Almost done, Vadium, Sam calls out. You all didn't notice Vadium slip off. But you do take note of him now. And you note his machinations. The tiefling man is knelt on the floor, a piece of chalk in his hand as he inscribes runes into the concrete. Nearly there, he mutters in an uncharacteristically serious tone. Statues begin to move, slowly as though this is the first time they've awoken in quite a while and they're still groggy. Another rush of magic floods the room and the taste of leather and jasmine fills your mouth as you see the runes Vadium was writing illuminate with a ripple of light. In that same moment, the statues seem to have shaken the sleep from their stone bones. Stone clashes against metal as Sam blocks a hit from one of them. Another tries to bring a great hammer down on Saris, but the rogue proves too quick for the lumbering statue. Come, quickly! He beckons you all. Vadium, that is.
I go.
I'm going.
Oleyna grabs Sam by the
He is not
shirt.
near you.
Oh, shit. She's going to look at Sam.
Sam is engaged in combat with the stone statue, and you hear murmurings coming from the doorway that you had entered the vault, as you hear guards and Lord Elenagh screaming in the distance. Sam looks back at you, Oleyna, and he nods to you. Go.
Not without you.
Oleyna, go. And he hacks at one of the statues, his sword sort of pinging off of it. Not much steel can do against stone.
I'm not leaving without you.
Neck
Oh, go for it.
Neck will go up behind and just like grab Oleyna around like the waist, lift her up so she can't move, and just bring her into the circle.
I think Olenya's really mad right now.
Oleyna, you watch as Psalm spares you one last glance as Neck drags you into the teleportation circle. And there's sadness in his eyes. And you watch as the stone statue brings down the hammer onto his shoulder, and you hear him cry out in pain. That is the last thing you hear as you go through the teleportation circle. Eilif. Saris looks back at you, and you see it in his eyes. He's telling you to leave. This was the plan. Just one you were not privy to.
Okay. I'm going to look at him, and I'm just gonna. You better stay alive. I'm coming back, and then I'm gonna beat your ass myself.
You hear him laugh as he dodges out of the way of another hammer.
I'm gonna like dig out one of the. You said some of the rings were non-magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'll just take off one of my cherub earrings and just throw it at him.
He catches it with one hand and he tucks it into his pocket.
And I will run into the circle.
You hear
I know
before
how this
you
goes.
enter. You hear before you enter the circle. Bye, Eilif. You find yourselves in the crumpled ruins of a dead forest. In the distance, birds crow and you can hear other wildlife moving through the woods. Darkness has long settled into the night. The glow of the teleportation circle dies out just as you all get your bearings. Neck, you recognize the forest around you. You are in the Marbos Wood, just beyond Mamcorpin Pass at the base of the Falmam Ridge. Vadium is with you.
I'm gonna grab him by the fucking throat.
Come now, Eilif, come now. None of that.
Putting him on the ground. Is anyone opposed to me just murdering him?
As you are grasping his throat, you feel his throat give way to nothing as he blinks out of your grasp and appears behind you. Now, this was a plan. We had a plan. Saris and Son will be fine. Trust me.
I think in her rage, I think you'll get a very serious look from Oleyna, Eilif. If you hurt him, your friendship with me would be over. You do understand that now, correct? And all that brawn and sword would do you no good should I call upon my patron.
Fuck your patron. At this point, I don't care.
Ladies, please. It's fine. Trust me. They will be fine. They agreed to it. We had a contingency plan is all. Don't worry about it.
If I see that Cyrus is dead, I'm coming for you. And not just me. Other people will come for you. You understand that, right?
Oh, I'm well aware of your little mercenary guild. Here.
Great. So why was this the plan?
Because you all need to go to Ruin.
Not every plan everybody is privy to. Take it from me. As he's also like taking off his coat and flipping it inside out to the other color. He's just like, not everybody can be privy to every single plan.
They knew that if you were to know about it, that you would put up quite the fight, both of you. And he looks both to Eilif and Oleyna. Trust me, they're stronger than you believe them to be. They will be fine. Probably.
It's more the interim between them being fine, like them being there now, and them being fine that worries me. The little man seems vindictive.
Lord Elenagh will probably try to have them punished in some way, but he likes to make a display of things. He won't kill them outright.
Love that idea. Fine to ruin. And I'm just gonna start ripping this shit off. I don't want to wear it anymore. Give me my clothes back. I'll look to Moss.
He will reach into the bag of holding and get her things and hand them to her.
Vadium
Look at that.
looks to you, Oleyna. Oh, go ahead, Eilif.
Oh no, I was just gonna look to Vadium and just go, your clothes is shit anyway.
He knows that you're speaking out of anger and lack of taste, so your words don't affect him.
It's true. It's fair.
Oleyna, Vadium looks to you, and he pulls out an object and hands it over to you. It's the mask.
Huh.
Well, darling, you know I'm more than a mere merchant.
I think you see Oleyna a little misty-eyed over the whole ordeal, and I think this is the first time the party's ever really seen her visibly upset like this, other than like the anger that they had seen at the brothel that was ill-kept. But she's a little bit heartbroken, but seeing the mask, that kind of dries the eyes a bit, and she reaches out for the mask, and she like pauses for a beat to listen for her mind's eye, or mind's ear, I guess.
You hear almost like a purr in your ears as you reach out. The anticipation is sort of building in you, and it's not your anticipation, it's a duel of hands. And when you make contact, it's a satisfied sigh, like the reunion of a lost love.
I think she'll tuck the mask away on her persons. Thank you.
Of course, dear. You should know you should want for nothing.
Truly, I'm spoiled by you, Vadium.
He looks to the rest of you. It would be best if you ventured a bit further from here before making camp. The magic around surely would have attracted creatures of some sort, probably. I would say maybe a mile or two before settling.
Yep.
While everyone's kind of been talking, Moss has been pulling out weapon after weapon after weapon after weapon and handing pretty much all of them to Neck, and then a couple of weapons for Eilif and everything for Oleyna.
Are you going back to Solaris?
Going somewhere. Not sure where yet. World is my oyster.
Truly.
Take care.
One favor, and she'll sort of grab Vadium's hands. A small favor.
Of course.
My father. I believe he's looking for me.
That's so?
Assassins were sent.
I see.
I'm under the impression his wife has not produced him an heir.
She's not. Quite a scandal.
Which would make me
The heir
that
to
heir.
Solaris, of course. The heir to House Crane. Oleyna K.
the bastard. Can you do me a favor and keep an eye out if you hear any rumblings?
I'll let you know.
Do. I love you, Vadium.
You almost don't clock it. The sadness pooling in his eyes as he lifts a hand to trace your jawline. I love you too, Oleyna.
No. Be gone, you foul beast.
Vadium will stare out and watch you all as you depart. Watch as you walk away, disappearing into the dark of the wood. His eyes remain trained on the back of Olenya's head, and the normal charming smile that he wears fades into a frown, marring his normally handsome face. I am sorry, Oleyna. Teleportation circle once again lights up, and in the blink of an eye, Tiefling man is gone. The smell of blood lingering in the air. That's where we're gonna end.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Can Nick have done something? It doesn't have to be on stream. Can he have done something? Well, like changing and all that.
What?
He will send a message to Oleyna and just says like, I'm sorry for grabbing you, but like you said, for us to trust you in the study, trust him to get out, to not die.
I don't think that you would get a response from Oleyna. I think that you would probably get like a sound
Cold
of
shoulder.
acknowledgement. No, she would acknowledge what you said, and she's sort of just drawn inward at this point.
Okay. Anyway, that's chapter 5 of volume 2 of All We've Lost. Next week is the last. It's the last session for this volume. Last session.
That's it. No more after that.
That's
It's
it.
over.
So I mean, depends on your choices. Choices mean everything.
We could all explode.
Yeah, it
It's
just
possible.
self-emulate, you know.
Into
They all get
confetti?
sucked into a mirror.
Jay, who are you?
Hi, I'm Jay. I play Eilif. You can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubes. I stream. I'm trying to, but OBS is being an ass to me. But I'm trying. I promise. That's it.
Mournian.
I am Mournian. You can find me in one of these lovely people's chats being a pain in their butt. And that's about all.
Joel.
It's your boy Nick. Necromancy stuff. And I'm TactlessRaccoon, Joel. Yeah.
Amazing. Bones.
Hi, it's me, Little Bones 309, your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch.tv. But tonight it's AAA Saturday, also known as Saturday Night Special. We're probably gonna play COD. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. We're shoot things. So that's cool and interesting. And also, I'm making a game. So if you want to watch some development happen every other Thursday, you can do that. And every Wednesday is Wishlist Wednesday. I don't know what I'm playing this week yet. Woo! And also challenges on 7 days on Tuesdays now. That's fun. That's cool. That's interesting. We love that.
And we have a full party advantage for next session from Queecha. Thank you, Queecha. They might need it. They're not in Tyrfian anymore. As they venture into ruin. Yay!
What a
Not
fitting
Tyrfian
name.
anymore, Toto.
Yep. And hi guys, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. We do TTRPG stuff as well as variety gaming. Next week is going to be the last session of All We've Lost, Volume 2, before we head into Volume 3 in a month. So make sure if you liked what you saw, make sure to drop a follow. I'm sorry to both Oleyna and Eilif.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to my face.
I want it known that I am sad, but I didn't cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want it known that I am sad, but I'm more angry. Because I hated that guy from the beginning.
Vadium, you mean Olenya's best friend?
Yeah, he's the worst. He's the worst person I think we've met.
True. He does.
I've got Oleyna lore drop for you guys after stream.
Bro, his inseam measurements.
Horrid.
Mm.
It's a little
Horrid.
too tight.
Anyway, catch us next week. And until then, goodbye.
So long.
Bye.